This is Dennis McMahon, and welcome to Positively Vermont. My guest today is Cathy Branon, who's a member of the board and active organizer for the forthcoming Vermont Maple Festival. Welcome, Cathy.
Hi, Dennis. Thanks for having me.
Well, first, tell us a little bit about yourself and your background with Maple and the committee.
My husband and I own Brandon's Barrywilde Maples, and we produce maple on our family farm in Fairfield. And we make all kinds of maple products with maple. So value-added products such as maple sugar, maple cream, maple candy, and of course, a lot of maple syrup. And we work together at farmers markets and sell. We ship and sell to whoever would like to purchase it.
That's great. Well, the Vermont Maple Festival is going to be taking place in St. Albans on April 25th, 26th, and 27th. And I understand it's in its 58th year. Could you tell us a little history about the Vermont Maple Festival?
The 58th year of the Vermont Maple Festival. Our theme this year is Vermont Maple, bringing families together, which, as we know, maple does do that. It's a family effort for most people. So the Maple Festival started a long time ago with a small group of people who wanted to celebrate maple in Vermont. And it started in St. Albans, and just over time it grew into the Vermont Maple Festival. And now it's considered, it was more of a localized event at first, and now it's definitely like Vermont wide. So we try to include as much participation from all around the state as we can, since Vermont maple is the taste of Vermont.
That's great. Well, tell us a little bit about the maple industry. Actually, how this winter was, or just tell us the scope of the industry and its importance to Vermont and the United States.
Well, Vermont is the leading producer of maple syrup in the United States. And of course, as most people know, that Franklin County is the leading county for making maple. Um, the winter, we had a lot of snow this winter, which was exciting for maple sugar makers. And we seem to have that traditional winter again, which was wonderful. But then it disappeared really quickly. So we all kind of were shaking in our boots, which is really hoping that the trees wouldn't bud with those warmer days we were having. So when the temperature started to drop and when we had weather forecasts of more snow, I think people were pretty happy to hear that, because at first it seemed like we were going to have a very short season. But it's winding down, but it's definitely feeling like a pretty normal length of season at this point. So, across, I don't know what the productions are going to be, numbers are going to be like yet. I think also a lot of people have been talking about like the tariffs from Canada. That's definitely having an impact on everybody. And it's hard to tell how that's going to play out. We're all a little worried about the expense. A lot of our equipment is made in Canada. And a lot of our supplies come from there. So it's very hard to tell how that's all going to work out. We're all hoping that it doesn't affect us a lot, but time will tell with that. So we're all very nervous about how some of these policies are going to affect us.
Yes, just as an aside, I saw the coverage on the CBC,
Yeah,
Canadian
I saw that too.
Broadcasting
Mhm.
Corporation, CBC.ca, about the problems that the tariffs have caused the maple industry and the relationship between Vermont and Canada in that regard. And
Well, and I would also say that we're also worried about tourism. You know, the Canadians come down and support us a lot. I'm thinking about my farmers market this summer, and you know, what will that be like? You know, are they going to come buy local products from not just from maple, but from you know, all different agricultural and artistic, you know, crafts that we do at farmers markets. So it's yes, we will, you know, the money in the wallet, but also the tourism piece, I think, is going to impact us as well.
hmm,
And
tell us.
hopefully they come to hopefully they come to the Vermont Maple Festival. You know, that could also be impacted. We're not 100% sure.
Hmm. I know there was a the television, Canadian television had the head of your association on it. Could you tell us about your association?
You mean
Maple,
the festival, the committee?
no, there's a Vermont Maple Producers.
Oh yes, VMSMA, Vermont Maple Sugar Makers Association. Yes. So, you know, we're all members of the Vermont Maple Sugar Makers Association. They are sort of our leads on the Vermont maple industry. And, you know, they provide us with up-to-date information about maple. They also do a lot of research around maple, like to help keep us informed of best practices in our sugar houses, in our sugar woods. They, you know, they're kind of our leads at the state level.
Mhm.
I would say that we also have local maple you know, organization. And so we have our Franklin County Maple Sugar Makers Association, and there's a Chittenden County and, you know, Addison County. Every county has their own as well. But we definitely all work together for advice, for supplies, for, you know, keeping the standard very high and keeping in with current best practices for maple sugar production.
Great. Now, tell us about the website. We're going to put it on the screen, but just
Yeah,
beside it, it's a very good
yeah.
website.
Yes, we have an excellent website for the Vermont Maple Festival. And I think this is a good time to say we also have a very good Facebook page. So following us on Facebook will also keep you kind of current with all things maple. Our person that does that, Michelle, she does an amazing job at keeping up with photos and information, recipes, and all kinds of fun stuff that people will love about maple. But our website has everything that people need to know, from signing up for the SAP run, for becoming an ambassador, for uh, prices for, we have two events that cost, the talent show and the fiddlers contest. So you can find out about that there. We also have forms, like if you want to apply to be in the parade, the form is there. So all of the information is right there on the website for any way that folks want to get involved with the Vermont Maple Festival. One other thing we're really wanting to encourage is people to enter our contests. So that's all on the website. We have our Sappy art contest. We have our photo contest, the window contest for downtown. We have the maple cooking contest. And finally, the maple products contest, where people can enter from all over Vermont. So if you go to the website, you will see where you can drop off your entries, and they will get to us to be judged at the Maple Festival.
That's
So
great.
really utilizing that to get to know what we have to offer is a really good way to go.
And in case people are listening rather than viewing and listening, could you spell it out for us?
Oh,
www.
oh yeah, www.vtmaple, MAPLE, festival, FESTIVAL wait, hold on, I gotta just double check, .org. Thank you.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's go through some of the events. It's going to be opening on April 25th. Maybe you can carry us through what is going to be happening.
Yeah, so we have our opening ceremony starting at noon, and we have a local high school fellow that will be playing his saxophone for the anthem. So that's open to the public, and it's all right down on Main Street. And so we have our honor guard, we'll have the maple milk toast, and then we will have the national anthem by Wyatt Trombley with his saxophone. We will also be announcing the winners of the photo and sappy art contests. The parade marshal will be announced, and the ambassadors. So this is new this year. So ambassadors are able to apply, but be interviewed online this year. So with that kind of happening before the festival rather than during, we are going to be announcing the new Maple ambassadors at the opening ceremony this year. So that's kind of a new way of doing that. So then also our exhibit hall will be open. We will have all of the Main Street concessions open at noon for cotton candy, the sugar house where you can do tastes of maple. Of course, we'll have maple creamies and maple cream donuts, all the things that people love about the Maple Festival. The craft and specialty food show will be open and at noon on Friday at the BFA gymnasium. We encourage people to head on over there and see that craft show has got to be one of the biggest in the area. Michelle does an amazing job at organizing and getting amazing crafters for that. And then in the park, we have a scavenger hunt. New this year, we have a local fellow that does chainsaw art. His name is John Montang. He is creative chainsaw art by John, and he will be demonstrating how he cuts and makes beautiful figurines and wood art with his chainsaw. And it's phenomenal to watch, very fun. And then we will be having on Main Street, we'll have Rock and Ron and the pirate sing along for the kids. And another really neat thing this year that's kind of going along with the festival is the St. Albans Historical Museum is hosting a 21 plus age 21 and plus event, Americana event with Chris Staples. It's a fundraiser for them, but they are having that at 7 at night on Friday, and we're encouraging people to check that out. It's a very cool thing that will be going on in the Bliss Room at the museum. So that's kind of fun. Then we have amazing evening entertainment. It's all free, which is amazing because the singers are wonderful. And we encourage people. We have Kevin Kirshen and Conniption Fitz on Friday night. And then also our big talent show on Friday evening. So you can buy those tickets online. You can buy them, not online, I'm sorry. You can buy them at the exhibit hall. You can buy them at the show itself. So, and I believe the tickets will be on sale at the craft show as well. So the talent show is always fun to see all the amazing local talent. And actually folks come from all over Vermont for that. So that's super fun. So that's Friday.
Yeah, tell us about Saturday.
Well, Saturday we have the pancake breakfast first thing in the morning to get your pancake fix. That is sponsored by the Lions Club of Swanton. So it's their fundraiser. It really helps them out and they do an amazing job. By the way, all local, a whole bunch of local sugar makers donate syrup to that, including ourselves. So we will have the face painting in the park. Pipsqueak the Clown will be around. And let's not forget the antique show, which is at the St. Albans Town Educational Center gym, gymnasium, and that antique show is wonderful. It's just got so many amazing things, and our board member Dennis does a wonderful job at organizing that for us. Of course, I haven't even mentioned the parish hall. So the parish hall has where the maple syrup contest display is, the cooking contest display. We have creamies up there. We have donuts and coffee and all of the apparel, all the swag, the Vermont Maple Festival swag can be purchased from there.
And
So
t-shirts.
that's open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Yeah. So again, we'll have all kinds of things in the park for kids. Oh, we have Reach for the Stars dog show going on again. There's going to be 3 shows on Saturday, so people can check out the website for those times. And another really nice thing we have all day Saturday is the Teen Fest with Bounce Around Vermont. That's sponsored by M&T Bank. They've really helped us out with pulling that together, and that's at City Hall. That is really a cool event for, you know, those teeners, you know, the rides are a little young for them and whatnot. So they get to have their own little fun section for the Maple Festival. We also will have the Fiddlers Contest is Saturday night, and those tickets can be purchased at the exhibit hall or the craft show or at the contest at the show itself. We also have a Vermont Maple Banquet, which is where we announce the award winners for the maple products. That is being held at the the Veterans of Foreign War, so the VFW on Lake Street this year. So we decided to work with them this year for that specific event. So hopefully people can check that. You do need to get tickets for that, but you can buy tickets at the door for it. But you can also get tickets at the exhibit hall for that as well.
That's
so
great.
and all through that, of course, we have the rides, and we have face painting and all kinds of really nice things going on in the park all day long.
That's great. And what's going to happen on Sunday?
So Sunday, of course, is the parade day. You know, that's a big draw. We also have the 45th annual SAP run, which is 8.5 miles. It starts in Swanton and ends in St. Albans. Very well attended. Of course, that SAP run gets people, you know, ready for race season, right? So folks who run, you know, they do their marathons and half marathons all through the summer. So this is like their first time to get ready for that. And so we have that going on. That starts at 8:30 in the morning. And of course, the Maple Breakfast continues on Sunday morning. So you can do that at St. Albans City Elementary School. And then the hall, the parish, the Maple exhibit at the St. Mary's Parish Hall is open. And we have events in the park again. It's kind of the same thing as Saturday. And of course, the parade that starts at noon. And, you know, that's a solid hour long, sometimes more, depending on how many participants we have. But it's one of the best parades, I think, around. And then we have live music by Maddie Ryan right there at the main stage. And it all kind of closes up at 4, and then we all work hard to get St. Albans back to its original self.
That's quite a intense weekend.
It is. It's intense, and it's a huge team effort. And of course, we couldn't do any of it without our amazing sponsors. We have so many great sponsors that just help us to provide so many free events. Everything's free except for the 2 shows, but even those are sponsored by local businesses that help to keep the costs down. So you know, we couldn't do this weekend without our volunteers and our sponsors. So we are very thankful. We pull it off every year, and it's just a team effort from all all angles, the community, the people, the businesses, the volunteers. It's just an amazing get together.
That's great. And so we don't leave any out. All the sponsors are listed on the
They
website.
are, yes. Our sponsors are listed. The website does a beautiful job at showing which businesses sponsor which events. Also in our program, which is beautiful this year, this is our program, and it in here it has all of our amazing sponsors and talks about which events. Also this year, we had a lot of requests for map. So
Hmm.
we recognize the need for folks, us locals, we know where everything is, but people coming in. So we have this amazing map that will be helpful to all of our guests. And we just have a fabulous brochure this year with all that information. So that will be available during the festival.
Excellent. Um, Now, one thing that takeaways from this, you have a Maple Festival cookbook. Tell us about that.
Oh, that's new, of course. And I'm the one that's helped with that. I can't believe I forgot it. Yeah, so we've had a lot of requests for a new cookbook, which we aren't opposed to doing. It's just we have a lot of the other cookbooks still, and we want to kind of time it a little bit differently. So Kay Mahaffey, who's in charge of our cooking contest, um, thought about doing a calendar, and the board was like, yeah, let's do that. So we have taken from the last few years, we've taken pictures from the Sappy Art Contest and the photo contest, and we have paired those pictures with award-winning maple recipes
Mm,
from the maple contest. So it's an 18-month calendar. It's beautiful. And that will be on sale on our website when we get it up. We don't have the calendar yet, but it will be there soon. And of course, at the Maple Festival, we will have those for sale. And it's a beautiful addition to our swag per se, or things that people can enjoy. So it's an 18-month calendar with lots of wonderful things in it. So, and it's beautiful.
it's really great. There's a wide variety of events. And is there anything else you'd like to advise our viewers about? It's probably impossible to cover everything in the time we have, but anything else you want to add to that?
Well, as always, we need to be doing the good weather dance. We want everybody to hope for that, because when we have good weather, the festival is fabulous. When the weather isn't so great, it's still fabulous, but a little more challenging. But no matter what, we're rain or shine. So we just encourage people to come out to the event. Come one day, come all 3 days. We just it's the love of everybody on the committee. We love what we do. We love Vermont Maple. And we just feel like this is such a great start to our year. One of the earliest festivals in Vermont for sure. And we just encourage participation and enjoyment, and enjoy the love of maple.
That's great. Well, thanks very much, Cathy. And hopefully, people will be tuning into the website as well as tuning into the program and
Yeah.
looking at it online. And we've been speaking about the Vermont Maple Festival, which is going to be Friday, April 25th, Saturday, April 26th, and Sunday, April 27th in beautiful downtown St. Albans, Vermont, in Franklin County, Vermont. So thank you very much for appearing, Cathy, and this and best wishes for a successful festival.
Thank
And
you.
we'll follow this along as the year progresses. Thank you, Cathy.
It's fun.
Excellent, excellent. And this is Dennis McMahon for Positively Vermont. Thank you for watching.